Hello everyone, welcome back. In the last video we had spoken about self-analysis. Today I'll be talking about how to analyze oneself. It's a continuation video. Those who have not seen the previous video, I would request you to see the previous video so that you will be able to understand what this video is all about. In the previous video, we had spoken about self-analysis. Self-analysis helps you to know your strength and your weakness. It also shows you the direction to become a better person. I believe we are always growing and changing based on our personality and life experiences. Therefore, it is very important to periodically take time out to conduct self-analysis. It helps you to reflect on what you are, where you are in various aspects of your life. Understanding who you are and why you do things that you do is not always easy. Much of what your behavior and your self-perception is a result of the subconscious attitudes and beliefs. It's very important to dig deep into yourself in order to truly see yourself at a subconscious level, and believe me, it is not a very easy process until and unless you are very honest with yourself. So there are certain questions that you need to analyze yourself. Probably when you were a child, you need to think back and understand certain things like, were you listened to when you were young? Were you criticized harshly? Were you ever spoken to respectfully, or you were ignored or teased or bullied or criticized? Did you get proper appropriate attention or affection, or were you neglected? Were you ever physically, verbally or sexually abused? Were your accomplishments recognized? Were your shortcomings or failures accepted, or were you berated? Were you always expected to be perfect? So these are certain questions that you need to look into before you are analyzing yourself. I believe for people who experience mood shifts, I would recommend them to maintain a diary. Whenever you feel a shift in your mood, write down what you are feeling. The inner voice is not actually a voice that you hear with your ears. Instead, it is a collection of thoughts that you experience. These thoughts are often so deeply embedded in the subconscious that you may not even recognize them when they occur. Instead, you will probably just experience a quick change in your mood. Evaluate your thinking pattern. After you have written down several automatic thoughts, you will probably see a pattern that begins to emerge. See, there are certain people, they sometimes act or behave as if they are, victims. They are always feeling helpless. They wait for others to come to their rescue. They always delve in self-pity, indifference. They are not very sure about their achievements. They always portray themselves as underachievers. So they are the ones who are always looking for reassurances from others. And there are certain kind of people who are always thinking positive, even though they are not very sure about themselves within. They are scared, they are nervous, they don't show it outside. They are very controlled in their emotions. I would use a quote here wherein they say that, fake it till you make it. These are the people who are very optimistic in their approach, attitude towards life. They are always competitive, and they do not burn out very easily. There are certain things that you need to do after you have penned down your emotions. You need to focus on how to improve your weaknesses. That is very important. Reflect on your personal problems and social dynamics. Personal problems and social factors have a huge impact on the level of the stress that you're going through. It could be finances. You might analyze, do you have enough money to cover your basic needs such as food, clothing, transportation? Are there any issues with your spouses? Are there any health issues with your loved ones? How is your own health issue? Are there any issues with the kind of lifestyle that you are maintaining? So regular self-analysis it's important so that you can honestly assess your strengths and areas for further development. Your self-analysis may bring some of your insecurities to the forefront from your consciousness, but that's okay. It's absolutely fine. The goal is to acknowledge them so that you can move forward. Make sure that your self-analysis focuses on yourself. Don't use them as an opportunity to blame others. Self-analysis may have some limitations, but it has more advantageous than disadvantages. It means understanding your identity and exploring the root cause of your mental health. Remember, you are responsible for who you are. You have to love yourself, you have to care for yourself, you have to help yourself. You cannot pour out of an empty cup, right? Don't sacrifice too much, because if you sacrifice too much, there's nothing else you can give to others. Nobody will care, nobody cares for you. Always be a first rate version of yourself and not a second rate version of somebody else. Your hardest critic is always going to be yourself. Don't ignore that critic, but also remember, don't give it more attention than it deserves. You are who you are when nobody is watching you. If you desire to make a difference in the world, you must be different from the world. Thank you very much.